Retail workers, what's the cleverest excuse a shoplifter has given you? I was working the afternoon shift at a clothing store when I spotted a guy acting suspiciously around the fitting rooms. He had this huge pile of clothes draped over his arm and kept looking over his shoulder. When he finally emerged, he was down to just one item, a jacket he was wearing that he clearly hadn't come in with. The rest of the clothes were left in a messy pile in the fitting room, which was already a red flag. So, I approached him and asked if he was planning to pay for the jacket. Without missing a beat, he looked me dead in the eye and said, "Oh, I didn't realize I still had it on. I have memory issues." Then he added, "Actually, I've been looking for my service dog." Did he come through here? It threw me off completely. Service dog? We hadn't seen any dogs in the store that day, but he seemed genuinely concerned. Just as I was about to answer, he pulled out a card from his pocket, showing what looked like some official paperwork about his condition. My gut told me something wasn't right, but I didn't want to risk calling him out if he was telling the truth. I stalled, trying to figure out what to do next. I decided to play along, saying, "I'll check with the team and see if anyone spotted your dog." I slipped away, radioed a coworker to keep an eye on him, and then ducked into the office to look up the store's security footage. Sure enough, from the moment he walked in, there was no dog with him, no leash, nothing. He'd just been wandering around the store, grabbing random items. But he must have been counting on people being too uncomfortable to question his story directly. Meanwhile, out on the floor, he was starting to act a little impatient, probably wondering why I hadn't just let him walk out. I went back out and casually mentioned that nobody had seen a dog enter with him. He feigned surprise, and in a pretty dramatic voice said, "That's strange. I must have left him outside. That would explain why I got disoriented in here." And he actually started to head for the door. At that point, I asked him if he could just step back for a moment, saying we'd need to verify the jacket situation on our end before he left. His face dropped just a bit, and I could tell the jig was up. He tried one last move, saying, "Look, if it's that big of a deal, I'll take it off right here. I wasn't trying to steal anything." He made a big show of removing the jacket and draping it over my arm with a sigh. But then, this was the kicker, he pointed at a random pair of sunglasses on a nearby rack and said, "I think I tried those on too. I'd hate for you to think I'm taking those by accident." Turns out, he had slipped the sunglasses into his pocket as a backup, just in case the jacket didn't work out.